So Marina, you have a very interesting career, a career that has spanned both Italy and the United States, and as a clinical trialist. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've learned from this journey?
I was surprised how different is the culture in Europe and how different is the culture in the United States. And it's also different, the leadership style in Europe and in the United States. There are clearly good aspects in both the societies. I think what the United States taught me is to think big. Sometimes in Europe, you think that you can do a little project, and the United States, maybe you are trained to think bigger things. But sometimes in Europe, there is more creativity, sometimes less bureaucracy, and the best could be to stay in the middle. So to use the creativity that we learn in Europe with the infrastructure of the United States.
One area I'd love to talk about is you started or were a founding member of Women for Oncology Italy and still remain in a president's role there. Tell me, what motivated you to do this, and what do you think you learned from this and others could learn from doing something similar?
So we founded Women for Oncology in Italy almost 12 years ago. There were only 5% of women who were in leadership position at the time. And so we started this program with the idea to learn leadership skills, not because women must be different from men, because we are all the same, but we have sometimes a different perception of things. And so we created these courses of leadership, of training, and the end of the story was not that we learned so much in the leadership courses, but we created a community of women. I think that now in Italy we are about 800 women, very linked one to the other. And what is incredible is that we are helping each other. So we really created a sort of community of women that is not just for women, it's for anyone who wants to join. But with the idea that maybe if you are in a program and you have, a man and a woman with the same curriculum, sometimes you can help the women to be present also in the communities. So we try to preserve always the merit, which is the basis of our society, but with the courses and sponsoring the women, now the situation is so much better. Many women got a professorship, are directors of programs, and we are sharing really a community that is helping each other to grow and to raise the new generations. So it was a great experience. Also, if I am in the United States, I'm always involved. I'm like the grandmother now of Women for Oncology in Italy. And I think it was a great experience, and we will continue to do that.
What advice would you give to maybe a young leader who wants to develop a Women for Oncology group in a new country or in a new community? What advice would you give to them to get it started and to help it continue?
So first of all, to start, because if you don't start, you don't go anywhere. So what I did 12 years ago was to call my friends and say, why don't we do a group of Women for Oncology? And the friends in all the other tumors, not just in lung cancer, called other friends. And we had a lot of consensus for which the situation was grown very quickly. So if you start, you will be surprised how much consensus you can get in creating an effort like this one.
That's excellent. And maybe just to conclude, what do you think your journey and all of these learnings, the creativity from Europe, the thinking big from the US, the starting from the community with Women for Oncology, how do you think all of those lessons have helped you to overcome the challenges of this role and future roles?
I think, first of all, sometimes you have to ask for help. So there are a lot of women who are leaders in the US and also in Europe, and they help me so much to increase my skills, to increase my leadership style, also to know how to do concrete things. Also, so I think that asking for help is always a good thing, and then helping back other people, I think, is the key of the success. You create a lot of people around you for which you can be instrumental, and they can be helpful for yourself.
Well, thank you, Marina. I think everybody is going to learn a lot from this. Thank you for sharing your inspiring story.
Thank you for inviting me.